G'day guys, it's Nick from Male Vermin Control. I know I haven't posted anything in ages. I've been on a bit of a hiatus. These videos will pick up a little bit more this year. There'll be some smaller videos, and then probably within the next 12 months I'll be posting a lot more reviews and stuff like that. So I thought, what a better way to come back to doing these reviews with the WFA1-L again. However, this time I've got the forward assist bolt action kit mounted, which is made by Manual, and you can buy it from Ignition Customs. Those guys have helped me out a lot. They threaded a barrel for me for my 300 Win Mag, so I could put a muzzle brake on it. I'll put a link down below to their website. I'll also put a link down below to how to mount this as well, seeing as how they've already made the video for that. All in all, I'm really happy with this bit of kit. It's performed actually really well for essentially what it does is just converts the rifle to a pump action system. What I've done with mine is I've put a Zerotech red dot on there with a riser, and I've still kept my mag pull backup sights because I can use them through the red dot with that riser attached. I've also left the cocking handle attached as well, so that when I'm using this system in the prone position with a bipod, I can still cycle the action, because we all know how much of a pain in the ass pump actions can be in prone. The only real gripe I have, and it's not really a gripe at all, is essentially that when you're cycling this, because it's still spring assisted, if you don't let it go under its own steam essentially, or you don't rack it correctly, you can create a stoppage essentially from that. Again, that just comes down to muscle memory and using the rifle over and over again. It's not really a gripe. Just be cautious that when you're using it, that if you don't cycle it correctly, you'll either cause a double feed, or the chamber will have a bit of a gap in it and won't be able to fire the actual action. The newer model of the Manual forward assist kit itself, essentially it has only 2 rails on it instead of the 3rd rail. So that's the only difference, and it comes in at 400 grams now instead of 555. So with everything attached, you're looking at about 4 kilos, 4.1 kilos. What I recommend for this is to keep it with like a red dot or maybe a low-powered variable optic. Again, as the low-powered variable optics go up in price on like the Vortex range, they start getting a bit heavier. You kind of want to minimize the weight so that you're kind of a bit quicker at those with your target acquisition and getting the rifle up and ready. Also, if you're lugging around the bush after pigs and stuff like that, you don't want to be carrying it heavy. Even though that it is the light model, it's still in that 3.7 to 4 kilo range. Overall, really impressed. I'll cut to some footage of me out in the bush shooting some steel targets, and then also I'll show you me fucking around with a stoppage essentially that happened that I caused. Other than that, if you're looking for more content from me, I'll leave a link to my Instagram, because that's probably where you're going to get the majority of my content for the next couple of months anyway. Also, I've ordered an Oceana, the SP15, and that should be coming within the next 6 months, and I'll be looking at doing a review on that as well. All right, so let's get into the video. Thanks, guys. So as you can see here, I've noodle armed it and then tried to cock it again, and then that's caused a double feed. I just want to clarify a point that I was talking about earlier in regards to the old model and the new model for the forward assist bolt action kit. Essentially, the older model was bigger and bulkier and required that 3rd rail that I mentioned earlier. and it had really large cocking handles. I wasn't a big fan of it, that's why I didn't purchase the older model. And now that they've got this slim model that's been out for a while, I much prefer that.